Hey guys, welcome back to the 1284. Matt here. I got today back my CBCS 2-day submission. So I wanted to do a quick video update. For those of you who have watched the channel and watched the other video, I'll leave a card up at the top regarding the last 2-day submission I did. But I wrote down some dates just to kind of give you guys an idea of the time frame. So I placed the order July 6th. This was an order for 3 books for the CBCS Modern 2-day time frame, $40 a book. I don't have a membership on that. Shipping took a little while to get to Texas. I don't know what the delay was, but it did take some time. The shipment was received July 15th of 2021, obviously. And then once they received it, they began doing their work, and 15 days later, July 30th, I got a notification via email that the grades were in and it was in the process of being shipped out, and I received the package today, which is August 4th. So I opened the box up. This is what it is. We're going to go through them just real quickly. I will also try and pull up the grader's notes to give you an idea, if I can get the computer to come back on. For those of you who haven't worked with CBCS, they ship very nice. As you can see, this is all bubble wrapped, but comes in the box. There's some packing material. They do a really good job, so I just want to let that. And this is nice and tightly wrapped. So I'm going to rip this open, give you some ASMR noise. And let's go through the grades that I got. One of the things with CBCS is they email you through the process. I really do like that. So meaning when everything is processed or graded or what have you as it goes through, you get a notification. And they pack this stuff pretty damn good. So I'm gonna have to rip through this. See. Now, I do know the grades because I had to figure out all the time frames, so it's not necessarily a real surprise on this one for me, but nonetheless, let's go through it. So, they give you the nice invoice and the marketing material that they're marketing for My Slabs, but let's go through the books. So first one up, this is Stray Dogs number 3. This is the cover swipe for the Annabelle movie, horror movie one. And on this one, as you can see, we got a 9.8, which makes sense. This book was in fantastic condition. For those of you that aren't familiar with the CBCS slabs, that is what the top looks like. It also has a QR code here where if there is grader's notes, you can actually get them. The case itself, super sturdy. I really don't mind the cases. Everybody's gonna have their own comments. You can leave them below regarding the label. Some people like it, some don't. There's different arguments on both sides. No issues. Case has minor scuffing to it, but other than that, everything really does look nice. One of the things I really do like about the case, this is one and done. You do not have to get this reholdered every 10 or 15 years, given the material that they use inside for the book. So once you have it slabbed, it is done. So we got a 9.8 on that one. Next one up, Star Wars number 1. This one came back as a 4.0. I thought it was in a little bit better of a condition than a 4.0. Nonetheless, that's what it graded. Still a nice book. I have a better copy currently at CGC that says scheduled to get graded. We'll talk about that in a few minutes, but this one came back as a 4.0. I did pull the grader's notes up for this one, so I do want to kind of go over what the ones say. I want to kind of give you guys an idea of the condition of the book to the extent that you could see it. And granted, if it was in your hands, you'd be probably better off. But based on what we have available to us, this is kind of how I'm going to show it to you. This book was pressed. So the notes that they say is spine stress, front and back color, cover, breaks color on the front cover. And I would agree with those. Creases to cover, breaks color, front cover. That is there as well. Light moisture warping to cover. Creases front and back cover. Most break color front cover. Edge and corner wear, some breaks color. So, and that's kind of, if you can see in this corner where you'll see some color breaking on the corners, and they do have wear. I think the grader's notes are fair. I think the book was graded probably fairly. You know, I thought maybe this would be a 5.0, but you know, it came back as a 4. Off-white pages, everything else as far as the notes are concerned, I think they're great grader's notes. I think that this is what it is, so no complaints there. I really do like the CBCS grading. I think that their notes are pretty accurate. So the next one, Savage She-Hulk #1, and this one I was probably spot on with this one. I did think this one would probably be a 7.0, and it did. Came back off-white to white pages. For those of you who have never seen this book, this is the first appearance of She-Hulk, and they note it as the first appearance and origin of She-Hulk, Jennifer Walters. So this one is a hot book right now as well, given that She-Hulk's going to be coming out, or at least maybe they'll start releasing some kind of footage and all shortly after that. Let me take you through a little bit of the book so you can hopefully get an idea and see, and then we'll talk grader's notes on this one. And again, this book has some slight tanning I see to it. We'll see if that's noted or what they note on here. This book as well was pressed. As far as one of the big things that I can tell you on this book, and I don't think the camera's going to show it, but there is almost like a cut through it, and it only cuts the cover. It doesn't cut through the pages, but there is some kind of slice of some sort that was done to this book. I really don't know what. Let's talk grader's notes. So the grader's notes that came back on this one: small wear on printers, crease front cover, breaks color, spine stress front and back covers, cover breaks color front cover, small tear top edge front corner, and tiny tear top edge back cover, tiny wear and small crease bottom left corner back cover, and tiny tear bottom staple back cover. So that's what they know. I mean, I think that that's, most of it is fairly on. Some of it is really minuscule. But nevertheless, it's nice to get notes. Like I said, I can't complain with CBCS's notes. I think for the most part, they give you a good amount, as you can kind of tell, of information to use, and it's all free. All you need is that. If you want to look it up, you're more than welcome to. But nevertheless, a nice book. I have a 9.8 in this. This one is going up for sale. The Star Wars will end up going up for sale as well. And then I had a Reholder. And so, what I wanted to see in this one, and I submitted this. This was just a 3/5 of Avengers 28, the first appearance of, and they noted, of the Collector. This is not a high grade book, obviously. When you look at this book, to me, this book looks in much rougher condition than the 4.0 Star Wars, and that's only like a 0.5. So that's why when I think of this as 3.5, I look at the Star Wars and I say, man, I can't believe that's not a 5.0, but That's just subjective grading and looking at it. You know, on this one, which if you can kind of see the spine on this, you know, this book has seen better days, but I'm happy to have it in the collection. So I did get it reholdered because I wanted the stiffer holder compared to the old CBCS. So I did throw this in. So I don't know how much time the reholder added, but I did want to see the 2-day turnaround ended up being 2 weeks, at least while at CBCS. So, you know, from the day it was received to the day back, you're looking at this time was about, what, 19 days, give or take. Not too bad for $40 a book. You know, I'd love to see CGC do that right now, but that's not going to happen. So these did go to CBCS to kind of see how they would do. Last up, I did want to talk about CGC. So I have probably about 100 books right there, including signatures, as well as 3 different pre-screens currently sitting there. I will say that I had sent in those last books for the the July submission, and I'll put a card up if you want to see those books that I sent in. They were received I mailed them out July 30th. Remember, CGC is about a day away from me as far as shipping is concerned because I'm in Florida, and they received it, and those books were entered in their system as of yesterday. So from July 30th to August 3rd, they have put in my Reholder, they have put in my signature books for the stray dogs, and they put in my pre-screen. So that's pretty good to get received. That's a much improved turnaround, at least in putting it into the system rather than just sitting in limbo. You'll also notice on CGC's ones is they've changed some of their captions in the system. So now I have books that are being pressed for signing, so it'll say received at CCS. Now I have books kind of sitting a little bit in limbo as grading, encapsulation, and imaging. That's a kind of a new term of art that they've used in there based on the old one, which was just kind of like grading and imaging or something like that. It's definitely changed something on the back end for them, but they are at least registering quicker. All 3 of my pre-screens, my May, June, and July pre-screen are in their system now. I know that's kind of, some people will laugh and all, but that's a big deal to me. I can see them. They all say scheduled for grading. They'll probably say scheduled for grading for a long time, but at least they're in the system. I can click on the submission and see the breakdown. So that's an improvement. So, you know, those are the books for CBCS. Good news is I just got an email today that my PSA submission, I only submitted 4 cars, and this was back in February at $50. So it was, I believe, the value tier. Those are done and headed back. So guess what? We're going to actually have another video with PSA Marvel cards. Not a lot of them, but at least something to show off and see how we did. So I'm thrilled to tell you on that one. So, you know, that's pretty much it for the video. You know, I love these Stray Dogs covers. I was telling you guys about these, all these movie variants. I did want to show off one other book that I did pick up. This is a CGC book, but I think this is a gorgeous cover. So this is Spider-Man 2, #1, and this is actually the first appearance of the Evil Miles. This is the Aspen Comics Michael Turner one. So you can see the back. Just a beautiful cover, and that kind of red negative space almost look to it. I was able to pick this up at the Comic-Con online, and I picked this one up from Aspen Comics directly for, I think it was about $210, which I thought was a good deal. I think the going rate for this is somewhere around $300 or so now, but beautiful cover. If you can ever grab these, some of these, you know, like this. They also have, I think, a Supergirl or one, as well as a Spider-Woman one, which is another beautiful one. But this was the only one I was available that I could grab, so I did pick that one up. Someone asked on the channel if I was going to do a video with some of like the weekly hauls and all. I buy so many books that it's hard for me to do that because we could literally do that almost daily with the books that are coming in. Once in a while, I may shoot a video with it, but for the most part, I try and post on Instagram some of the nicer pickups as I go. But if you guys do want to see videos like that, let me know. Shoot me a comment down below. As always, leave a like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. I love talking to the community. I love hearing what you guys are doing with your books and all. And you know, reach out, message me on Instagram. I'd love to see how some of you guys are doing with submissions, turnaround times. Do you like CBCS? Do you like CGC? For those of you who are looking for books, I will post my short box link on there. You can go on it. You don't have to. It's up to you guys. Also, I will be at MegaCon next week here in Orlando. So, you know, if you're going to go, shoot me a message, or if you see me out there, stop by. I would love to talk. I'm going to be kind of walking around and digging around in some long boxes. So thanks again for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.